Hello, welcome back and happy Saturday. In this video, we're going to be recapping September 2021. And if you have not been tuning in, right now we are in my brother's office in Florida where I will be for the next few weeks. Anywho, I kind of want to give a quick little overview on September 1st to let you guys know what happened September. So September 5th, we left Berlin and we went to Italy, and then we went to Panama City, where we were supposed to go to Nicaragua, but we had COVID issues, so we couldn't get into the country based on not the right paperwork. It was a total nightmare, and I slept in more beds, different beds in September than I think ever before. We were just from one hotel to another. So September was a really hectic time for me, and it's almost been now, it's going to be on Tuesday next week, 2 weeks now since not drinking coffee, because I was so stressed and exhausted all September long that I think it really interrupted my trading. Luckily, we had a green month because some momentum picked up a little bit mid to late month in September, but overall it was hectic and I feel like I left a lot of profits on the table. So that was a little disclaimer I want to start the video with. And what I want to be focusing on this video though is specifically a statistic that often isn't talked about in day trading, but it is talked a lot about in business overall, and that's cost of goods sold or profit margin. So what is your profit margin? Let's say you sell something for $100, but it doesn't mean you get $100 necessarily. It doesn't mean your profit is $100, right? It maybe costs you $80, so you only make that $20. So your profit margin is 20%. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about what my profit margin is for September, what it is overall, and what my best strategies are that give me the best profit margin. A little bit of a random statistic, but we were talking about it in the Discord recently, and I was like, you know what, let's focus on this one. And I found some pretty interesting stuff. So let's dive into it. And first, let me switch my screen here. One of the first things I do want to talk about here is a quick little overview chart of what happened this month. Let me zoom in just one more, maybe even twice. I don't know if that necessarily makes it better or not, but there's a lot of information here. So actually zoom in one more time. Let's narrow it down. First of all, let's go to our swing and day trading portfolio, and then this is for September. So let's go to September dates. Let's apply that, and then here we go. So there's three different things on this chart. Basically, the orange is nominal P&L, how much I make any certain day, because right now we're grouping it by day. The blue lines are how many trades I did, and then the green line is that cumulative P&L. Oh, gotta learn how to speak. Let's actually go ahead and hide that nominal for now. So overall, pretty consistent in terms of how much I traded. My low days are like just barely south of 9 trades. Sometimes let's see here, I traded five trades on this day, and then the most I traded here was 35 trades. I don't really like when I'm trading that much. I feel like I'm losing a little control a little bit. Usually it means there's a lot of different tickers and I'm not as focused, and I'm probably trading for a longer period of the day instead of just one clean front side. We talked a lot in the last few weeks about just trading one front side and walking away, and really diving into the running P&L, which we can maybe talk about a little bit. If you guys don't know, the running P&L kind of shows you, let's go to September quickly, how you do intraday. So here's an example on the 20th. Let me move my mouse, but we start low, and I basically I'm riding a front side. I'm constantly making trades, and then at the high, or what I think is the high, or let's say the ticker reverses, goes on backside, I'm done trading for the day. And those are always my favorite trading days because I'm able to trade a very small amount of time and usually walk away with a very significant amount of profits. But again, we've reviewed that in such big detail. I don't want to talk about it so much in this video, but this is overall my trading stats. We made, I think we ended the month here around $7.9 thousand, so a little bit off of our high from $9,000. So not a bad month. I can't really complain, especially for how shaky I think I was physically and emotionally at one point. I was so exhausted. So I just want to show you guys this P&L over here, and just so you guys can see kind of what happened, and the nominal here, how my profits went. Well, actually at the end I started giving back profits, and kind of almost looks like a downwards trending line, which isn't the nicest. And October has been hectic so far. I'm still red for October. It's been a tough month for me. Okay, so let's keep on going here to the calendar view, just really briefly, so you guys can see what was going on in September. So September, we actually had a really nice green streak. We had 8 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days green streak. And then on Wednesday, the first day of no caffeine, I went onto a red streak, and I'm still, I kind of feel like I'm still on that red streak. Was one of the days not documented here? The Friday. What happened Friday? Was it a 4-day weekend? I need to look into that. But anyway, Friday, oh no, it's actually right here. So Friday was October. So this was already October. That's why it's not documented here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on a red streak, but then Wednesday I broke it. Thursday I made a little bit of profit, but Friday I hit my max stop for the day. This was some of the worst trading I did in a while. Too zoomed in. Definitely watch the trading recap video on this one if you guys haven't done so, on CCIX, I think it was, or CCXI, I forgot which one, or which way the letters are. But yeah, anyway, focusing on September, overall pretty good, kind of gave back some profits off the high, but kind of consistent for how exhausted I think I was. So I think at the end of September, I was pretty happy about my results. So the stats I talk about in these recap videos are usually comprised off of two different portfolios. One is the day trading small caps unlimited portfolio, which we made $6.5 thousand from, and the other one is the swing trade portfolio, which we made $1.3 thousand from. I only did a few swing trades, and you guys know all about them if you were watching my recap videos, or when you notice the title of the video or something saying swing trading. Not a lot happened in September, so I'm going to kind of fast forward through it in terms of just not really discussing it. So let me just go ahead and close it. Actually, my profit margin though is 100% because we had no losers. We never gave back any profits. So that's another profit margin highlight there. But let's close this one and really focus on the day trading. And I want to focus on that profit margin again. So a good way to do that is go from our day trading unlimited portfolio overview, and then compare those general stats to September stats, and then also compare the September stats to individual setups that I trade. So I trade front side, I trade back side, and I trade ranging patterns. And then we'll talk about the profit margin on those as well, and other stats that you see here. So let's do that. And actually, the day trading small caps portfolio reached over $107,000 recently. I documented it as well on Profitly, the site by Tim Sykes. And on Trade Journal, I'm missing about 5 months of statistics. So there are a few stats missing. I just kind of wanted to briefly share that as well for full transparency. But the profit margin, and this is the statistic here, is 35%, which basically means if you take $243,000 and minus that, minus the losses, you take the winnings, you minus the losses, you get my profit. If you, let's say, take my winnings, so that is, let's make the formula for profit margin here. If you take my winnings, which is, let's say 243, right? It was 243. You minus that from my losses, which is 158. Let's go to 158 here. 158. It's really annoying how it's suggesting a bunch of stuff right now, so I can't look down. And then you minus that, or then you minus that from my losses, and then you divide the whole thing by my winnings again, 243. You get that percentage, 35%, and that's where this number comes from, right? So it's basically total winnings minus total losers, and divide that by the total winnings. Again, that's how you get the profit margin. So let's talk about the profit margin on my September stats. Boom, it went down 20 to 27%. So we lost 8% in September on our profit margin, which basically means, and I've had this feeling now consistently in September where I was, one step forward and one step back, and more so than, usually, where I was like, I'm giving back profits, or the market wasn't that hot yet, but I was trading quite aggressively, where I would be packing on size, I would be adding higher, which you want to do for big wins, but you don't really want to be doing it when the market's not that hot and you're trading tickers, let's say below 40%. because whack, I would take a winner and then start giving back profits on it. And that's what happened so much in September. And it's happening even more in October. So October, I got to pipe it down significantly because right now I'm trading very aggressively when I really shouldn't be. So that's really what profit margin is showing me. It's showing me how much am I giving back profits and why am I giving back profits. So that allows me to start exploring my statistics even more to try to figure out where am I making mistakes. Also worth noting here, my total winner is 61% for September and on average it's 65%. So I'm also not as consistent on that. So I'm not having as many winners, but on average, my risk reward is almost break even. So I'm, risking, let's say 1.76% to make 1.74%. So that's not the best. Usually you want to shoot for like 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk reward. But that's like on paper, that's like ideal. In real life, it's always a little bit different because let's say I'm looking for that 1 to 3 risk reward trade and I find it, usually I'm taking profits quicker to mitigate risk, which isn't the best either, but that's a whole different topic in and of itself. So let's not dive too much into that. September here, I have a negative risk reward, even worse. That's not too nice. But let's talk about these specific patterns. And first one is ranging. And ranging is not like something I'm super crazy about. It's usually a little bit scalpy. It's when it's like when there's two price levels and we're not on a clear front side above the price level and we're not on a clear downside but below the price level. We're just kind of trading in that range. And I'll show you guys a few pictures of these. But actually, this was my best setup. Because if we go to front side here, I actually only made $2.8 thousand on front side and I made $3.3 thousand on ranging. Now, total trades 106, while front side here 192. So I did actually trade a lot more front side. So in a way, if I was focused more on ranging, I would have made more money. Also, profit margin here on ranging is 47%, while front side pattern is at 18%. So this is crazy. So my September profit margin is at 27. My September profit margin for ranging setups is 47. And then for profit margin for front side in September is 18 or close to 19%. So front side is really where I was giving back a lot of profits. I would make a lot of money. Total winnings 15,000 compared to 7,000, but I was giving back a lot of profits too. And technically I did almost 100 more trades on front side. So actually I probably should have been focused purely on ranging. Let's see if we could find a good example here with ranging. Let's just go down here. So here's an example with ranging. So this is a front side move. We're on a clear front side. But then we pull back. This is a little bit of a backside, very mini backside. But then we pop back higher here. So what's going on here? And hopefully you guys can see that. Let me just zoom in one more time. So what's happening here? Well, we're not on a backside. We're not necessarily trending down. We're not on a new front side, right? This is the former high and we're not above that high. So we're technically in what I would define as a ranging trade. In a ranging trade, you don't want to be usually buying pullbacks too aggressively. You don't want to be trading breakouts too aggressively because you can be getting stuck pretty hard. So this would be like a ranging pullback here where, we have a pullback to the 9 EMA, and I'm usually very weary about trading 9 EMA pullbacks on a ranging setup. So here's an example of another ranging pullback. This actually worked. But you want to be really careful here because you're not on that new front side. So you're trading breakouts here. You want to be really careful. You want to be a little bit scalpy. You want to, take profits fairly quickly. And that's where ranging was actually the way to go in September because we weren't getting very, very strong moves. It was a little bit wishy-washy, and that's why I made more profits ranging in September. This is front side. Let's see what else we can explore here for some solid front side moves. Here's a front side big move, but this one, for example, there was a pullback here. I bought on hoping for continuation, didn't work. So that one failed. Let's see if we can find some other stocks. Here's a clear front side where I'm buying pullbacks, and I didn't hold long enough on this one on PALT on these breakouts. But, just going through these trades and seeing how I did on them is always really interesting. Here's a classic example on FOLD, how I gave back profit. So here I'm buying into the high, looking for that continuation, but we're just not getting that follow through. And then all of a sudden I'm losing money again. And that's why I was really frustrated in September because you would get like 1 or 2 pullbacks on a front side and all of a sudden the ticker was over it again. And that's why adding higher was not working in September so well because we didn't have those 100, 200, 300, 400% gappers, 4,000% gappers like SPI back last year this time. So it's I was always kind of being really let down on the tickers, and it was really frustrating. And in October, it's gotten much worse. We had almost most days right now, we're not even getting gappers over 40%. So I kind of made a little bit of a rule where I wouldn't be adding into any front side winner. I wouldn't be adding into my winners until the ticker in general is over 40%, because I have just been giving back so much profit, and that's kind of been the theme lately for September and going into October, actually. Now, really briefly, I'll talk about backside, but I only did 26 trades, so statistically, it's not really significant. The profit margin here is even lower. It's 16% on front side. Remember, it was at 19%, so this is even lower, which is just god-awful disgusting. My average daily P&L on this one, I made $36 though on a day, technically. Yeah, it just wasn't that exciting. Total winners here, 61%, which is below my average in the portfolio. And I also had a negative risk reward. So my backside on September was just very small amount and just not so good at all. So it's not even really worth talking about. There is one small silver lining with the September stats. And if you go here to my day trading small caps portfolio overall with no selected dates, my average daily P&L is $262. So on average, no matter if it's a green or red day, let's just take all the days, throw them together. How much money do I make on average day trading in this portfolio? $262. But that's also with smaller size. That's when my average size was $7,000. That's with all these trades totaled. Right now, if you come here to this portfolio or the same portfolio, but for September, my average size is $11,000. That's how much my average size costs. So my average daily P&L is $311 for September compared to the portfolio average at $262. But like I said here, the average cost on average was around $7,000, while right now it's around $11,000, which means I'm growing significantly. And that's really the main reason I have an average daily P&L that's higher than the portfolio average. It's because I just have more size. But my trading wasn't necessarily better, which is a little bit stressful. Yeah, 324 trades here in total. And remember, if you want to check out my portfolio, you can just go to day trading small caps portfolio, either directly by typing in 40 portfolio/40 at the top, or going to my profile and you can see this portfolio right here, day trading small caps unlimited portfolio. And then you can check out all the different stats, post trades, calendar, running P&L, insights pages that we were talking about in this video. I really think the big takeaway from this recap and kind of going forward here, so forecasting a little bit more for October, is if I'm not fully dialed in and if we don't have gappers over 40%, ideally over 50%, I'm going to be scalping, and you bet it. Like if the ticker is, breaking out and pulling back and I enter there, I'm not going to be averaging into the second breakout. I'm going to be taking profits into that breakout until this ticker is over 40%. But lately we've been getting these 20 to 30% movers, and they're just like this all day, and I keep getting caught buying into the breakouts that end up being failed breakouts. So I need to be a little bit more cautious on that end. So if I'm range trading, or if the front side is not over 40%, I got to get more scalpy. I just got to scalp the heck out of these tickers. And then once we have that 100, 200% winner and we're on a front side move, that's when I'm going to be building that big size. That's when I want to have 20, 30, even $40,000 of size. But until we see that, I got to stop doing that, because that's what's costing me so much money, and that's what's making my profit margin so low relative to the average of this portfolio. Yeah, and then for swing trading, obviously I'm fully allocated right now on my swing trades and not too much is happening. I have time and time again had my positions go up 20 or 30%, but that I don't take profits because I'm looking for a bigger move, and then it sells off, and then I'm back to break even. So my swing trading portfolio has been a little bit more, has been even more of a waiting game than I would say for small cap day trading. But I don't think I really want to change anything. I think it's all going right. Maybe sometimes I need to think about taking profits a little bit sooner, but every time I do that, that ends up being the big runner. So if anything, just stay calm, stay collected, and pretty much keep doing what I've been doing. And it's really only a matter of time till the market starts picking up a little bit more and I can just get more aggressive. That's, I would say, the main difference. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed me dissecting these stats a little bit more and learning how I use my stats to amend my trading to hopefully walk away with more profits. It's something that I do every single trading day, and then at the end of every month I do a little bit of a recap, and then I'm thinking about doing maybe quarterly analysis as well, because fall and winter are usually the best trading months, while spring and summer are a little bit slower. And I feel like sometimes I need to have a little bit more of a bird's eye view, but that's just something I've been internally debating if I want to do like a quarterly recap or change from monthly recaps to quarterly recaps. I don't know, just thoughts for now. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to drop a comment below if you have any questions. I would be happy to dive more into these stats with you guys, either on a new video or just answering your questions. If you guys have any feedback, drop it in the Discord or in the YouTube comment section. There's so much more coming to these trade journal statistics based on a lot of feedback you guys have been contributing. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, guys, if you did enjoy. And if you're totally new, don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey. We're over $100,000 in profit. Next goal is 500,000, and we want to get to that million. So we'd love to have you join the journey. I'll see you guys first thing Monday morning. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.